Hello everyone, I'm Steven Snakeuk Lindsey, and today I'm going to be helping you out with expressions. Now, some of you may not think you need any help with this until you possibly try making your character angry, sad, or some expression, but you can't get the right effect. So I'm going to show you how I do it. Mind you, mine's kind of cartoony because my character designs are cartoony, so if you want more of a realistical tone, you may just want to watch this and maybe edit it to make it a little bit more realistical. Or perhaps you like the cartoony look and you want to take it up yourself. So, I'm just going to show you what I used to do. It's not going to be angry, but I'm going to show you what I used to think I would be able to get angry from. So, we would have our black eyes, as there are eyes. And if I wanted my character to be yelling, I would just try my best to somehow form him to look angry with the mouth, or change the eye positions and all that. But it never really worked out. So I'm going to show you a simple thing that I eventually learned that will change your character from looking like this to being angry. So the main thing is you're going to add eyebrows. That's really the only thing you have to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our eyebrows, which are those lines, and put them right above our eyes. And there we go. He's angry. Or angrier. So that's all it takes. The sharper the angle of the eyes, the more angry it looks. Another technique, let's say your character has something blocking your character from having eyebrows, because say it's like my character, he has glasses, so sometimes the eyes take up the entire width of the entire glasses, so it's hard to just give off the expression of eyebrows. So what we're going to use is our semicircles. So we're going to put them in, and they're going to be towards the body, as in the inside of the body. They're not going to be pointing out. So there we go. That looks angry without the eyebrows. Now if you're wondering, well, what happens if I point them outwards? Well, this is the effect that's going to happen. Your character's going to become looking sad then. So that's definitely not angry. That's sad and seem like he's about to cry. So, I just showed you angry and sad. Now, I'm going to try my best to fill in as much time as I can with as many expressions that hit me. So, again, several of these might be a little bit too cartoony for you, but I'm sure some of you will enjoy them nonetheless. So, we're going to create an eye. It's just going to be like this, because it's for the effect. And we're going to put them inside our character, of course. Now, the first one, I'm going to show you something of a what expression. So we're going to use a box. I know you may not usually think of a box as our mouth, but what we're going to do, if I will click the right thing, is just put it right here. So as we can see, you might be thinking, well, that doesn't look right. It looks weird. But that's what most people do whenever they do have this expression. If you want it in more, you may change it. But I like the technique of just having it out, as that's how I see it a lot of times, and it's usually a little bit funnier whenever it's outside. It gets the nice, open, gaping mouth effect. Another one that you may want to use is what is called a fish look. Or that's just what it's called that I looked it up on. So we're going to have our heart, put it where we want our mouth. We're going to copy it, invert it to white, and we're just going to put it in so we see a little bit of the outside line of the first heart. So this is our fishy look. Another one that you may be interested in is a sick look. So we're going to have one eye that's a little bit smaller than the other one. We're going to create our mouth, which takes a little bit of time, too much time. We're going to use this, copy it, flip it vertically so it's like that, and match it up like that. Then we're going to copy that, and there we go. So we're going to shrink it some, bring it over to our mouth, and next thing we're going to do is add a thing that makes us look more sick, which would be green. I showed you how to create green in a previous tutorial, so hopefully you still know how to do it. Let's see. That probably looks about right. And of course, if you don't remember, it's brown on bottom with this cyan on top. Might help if I have guidelines on. So, there we go. So put it up. Change it to green. A sickly green. Group it together. And then we're going to put it under the eyes, right above the mouth. We're going to change the opacity of all that. And blur it some. So maybe blur it a little bit more. So there we go. Our character looks kind of sickly. So what are some other ones that you just might be interested in? For a simple embarrass, depending on what you want, one that I usually use is have small eyes, small black eyes. Have our red, have it right underneath his eyes, above his mouth, which we're going to draw later. Change opacity to kind of low, and then we're going to blur it some. Maybe blur it some more. And then we can have our mouth whatever we want to. So maybe, oh, I don't want that. Have the mouth, maybe we want him a little bit shocked from something. Maybe we want him smiling about something. He's a little bit embarrassed about whatever. So, let's see. How much time am I on right now? Okay, still have some time. So, let's see. There's one called Bunny, which you'll probably see it whenever I do it in a moment. I really don't know much of the practical use of this one. Maybe you have a use for it, maybe you don't. But it's worth showing nonetheless. So, we just have those. And we pull it down like this. And there we go, we have our bunny. Another one, which more or less this one's going to be for eyes, is if you kind of wanted a sad character or even maybe a happy one. If you want the usual kind of anime eyes where it's kind of sparkly, glowing, we're going to have our white. We're going to lower the opacity a little, kind of blur it. Then we're going to have two other marks. Granted, sometimes it may look a little bit better if you don't have these. I would advise you just to see how it looks. And then we're going to add the other one. So it looks something like that. So we're going to lower it. That may look a little bit off. So we're going to blur the entire thing. And it kind of looks kind of cute. So if we have our eyes up, it's usually kind of more of a happy one. But let's say we wanted it more downwards. It's more for kind of sad. Granted, you can have it up. It all depends on what you want, but usually if you have your eyes kind of low, or sulking, you feel sad. So, what else? If your character is really excited, you may want to go with this one. Again, like I said earlier, I'm trying to get as many expressions as I can while trying to remember them on top of my head. Not the best combinations of all time. So we just have a giant X over the face of our character. And we have this one. So if you want a really, really happy character. So let me check the time again. It's getting close. So, okay, I have another one that I can show you, maybe, hopefully, quickly. Just by quickly looking over my last comics. What we're going to do is... This is annoyed. You can also change it to a plotting one. Have our two lines like that. Put a circle. Put it up like that. To whatever side your character is looking. So if he's looking right, then it'll be on the right side. If it's to the left side. So, you're kind of annoyed, or it can be somewhat of a plotting, greedy thing if you put, come on, get it, running on low on time. So this is kind of more of a plotty one if you just have the smile. So with that, I think I'm more or less out of time. I have a couple of other things that might show expressions, all that. I'll leave a link in the description of this. And also, I'll try my best to give a link to some other chibi-looking expressions that you may want to copy yourself. Thanks for watching.